Hello, this is a quick video on Uranus and age point transits, and I'm doing this because I realize I don't give enough kind of basic explanations of working with these transits that are real and true to us, and also that we have a will and we can actually um, work with these planetary placements and not simply be cajoled by them or assaulted. And the age point system is the most macro, the largest kind of overall um, effect that I use anyway within the Huber method to look at what's going on in a person's life. Now, you don't do predictions with it, but and I have some other videos on this, I'll put these links in my comments. It really reflects the energies and the definite alignment that the psyche is going through. Okay, so I'll try to explain this in simple terms with this video. And we're going to start right on with Uranus, and what better planet to kind of focus on, right? The planet that really will kind of set us apart and we can actually relate to in a meaningful way. So I have some notes. I'm going to just press start here. I'm going to try to get through them in a way that doesn't sound too scripted for you. So with Uranus age point transits, we often start feeling restless, like something entirely new is on the horizon. We begin to question if the way we're living is actually right. And this uncertainty can absolutely make us anxious and open our minds to new ideas. We become curious, and our creative thinking absolutely gets a major boost, to put it mildly. We want to explore what lies beyond our usual routines. That's a common kind of explanation with the Uranus transit. And it's essential to understand what's happening and to embrace the positive aspects of this change. Uranus is a planet that encourages us to break out of these comfort zones that we have, follow our unique path, the whole thing. This might feel a bit strange, and it usually is. It can be uncomfortable, and we may even act a bit rebellious, impatient, eccentric, or overly confident. All of that is to be expected. However, the best way to make the most of this energy is by tapping into your creative intelligences and absolutely elevating your consciousness. Now, don't let that sound too kind of grandiose. I'll unpack that for you better. Uranus helps us move beyond the constraints of our everyday lives, much like passing through thresholds in life. The late John O'Donohue, the Celtic philosophical theologian, described it really well. Our lives are basically a series of these transitions, these thresholds, and Uranus absolutely urges us to find new forms of security by forging these new paths forward. Think of it like an egg kind of breaking from the inside out. That really implies growth, right? Birth, to giving new life and fresh ways of thinking. To make the most out of this energy, pay attention to what's new and wants to be expressed in your life. Try using imagery, journaling, or seek guidance from a psychosynthesis coach or anybody that can really hold space for you and not diminish you. To really focus on the positive side of this period of this new emerging growth within your life. Important questions for Uranus age point transit might be something like, what do I need to get rid of, step through, new thresholds, both external and internal to my life? What areas of life are becoming more aligned, necessary to live more authentically? Okay, stuff like that. Some other questions might be, what are some concrete things or things I can actually do to support this movement, right? Maybe try banana ice cream today instead of vanilla. Remember, you're experiencing a surge of new creative potential and you're not losing your mind. So synchronicity practices. Maybe you always dreamed of opening up a goat line dancing school, right? And all of a sudden you're walking down the street and there's this pamphlet for 25% off a brand new video camera that is exactly what you were needing to start your goat line dancing school with, because you need a video camera. And later on that day, you end up at a goat petting zoo farm, right? So those are meaningful coincidences, synchronicity practices. Really pay attention to those, especially working through with these transpersonal transits. They come at us and they're outside of the realm of the normal ego, and we're all comfortable and cozy with our normal routines. And this is who I am. I'm mark the astrologer, or I mark the, whatever. I play the bagpipes. Well, Uranus comes along and then challenges us on that level. Well, okay, maybe you're the astrologer, maybe you play bagpipes, but it opens up maybe something latent within us, like, Mark, when you were young, you also used to race stock cars or soapbox derbies. And you go, wow, yeah, that is true. I'm more than just an astrologer. Am I a race car driver now? Is that what this is trying to say? I mean, what you'll find is that it's really buzzy, really funky, really wild, and it doesn't mean we should just sell our house and get rid of the cat and, make these great upheavals in our life. But it's listening to the energy of Uranus, which is to step us into more authentic versions of ourselves, if you will. Choose your language and stay with the joy, stay with the possibilities, and that's all I got for you, right? This is not easy work, but have fun with it and don't take it too seriously. What I would take seriously is that your life matters, and like Assagioli said, life is the most... life is an art. I'm trying to paraphrase Roberto Assagioli's quote here. Life is an art, and it should be lived and expressed like the most beautiful of all the arts. So with that in mind, happy engagement with Uranus.